Cryptocurrency. Stack a couple Bitcoins. Money, pull up on my Nakamoto.
Hello, welcome to the Blockchain Dynamic Show.
Hello, welcome.
We're here. It's September 4th, 2017.
All right, all the way into September. It's episode number 77 today.
77. That's a good number. My name, Brandon Doge.
And I am Woody.
Welcome, one and all. It's been a contentious week here in crypto land. It's good stuff, man. It's fun stuff.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
This feels normal to me just when things are crashing and people are afraid.
Getting back into the comfort zone.
Exactly.
Panic all around.
I'm used to Bitcoin
Uncertainty.
crashing. I've been through that for a long time, so it's nice to get back to what you're used to.
Yeah.
We are brought to you this week by Cryptopia.
Yeah, that's right. They're over at cryptopia.co.nz.
Cryptopia, a fantastic altcoin exchange and trading platform. In addition to the exchange, they have a ton of other features. Stuff like your forums, Trollbox, mining and coin information, arbitrage information.
Yep, they also have a forum that's a great way to get in touch with us over in the altcoin section. We have a thread sticky at the top there. Feel free to leave us a message, and we'll occasionally take people's suggestions on the show.
It's true. We might also send you some DOT as well. DOTs, so Cryptopia has their own coin, basically. It's called DOTs. It's pretty sweet. You can use it to purchase any of the stuff on Cryptopia, like exchange listings, that sort of stuff. We love to give away those DOTs. We're going to give away 40,000 of them today.
That's right, because our jackpot's been getting swolled up.
That's right. We've been we've been doing harder questions, and so our jackpot just keeps growing. Now we're at 40,000 dots, so you could win back some of the cash you lost this week, I guess.
For sure. Just for a look back at last week's question, we asked to name the coin that had a Genesis block timestamp of 8/28/2013, and also had an initial block reward of 420 coins per block.
That's right. The answer on that one was Inkacoin.
Yep.
Tough stuff, man.
Yep.
But yeah, we got another good question for you this week. If anybody gets it during the show, they will get 40,000 dots.
And that'll be about halfway through the show.
Alrighty, we're going to start it off with the news. Love the news.
Yeah, we love news, but we didn't pick up a whole lot of it this week.
There wasn't a lot of news this week. Really just one thing that dominated everything, and this really just happened today.
Right.
And that is, of course, China has banned ICOs.
Yep.
Boom.
And even said that they need to be paid back, which sounds like an impossible thing to me, personally.
It pretty much is impossible. I mean, I'm sure some of them spent the money. It's just all going back to these Ethereum addresses. You know, you have to wonder if that many people have even kept control of those private keys. So yeah, pretty chaotic stuff. And that, of course, triggered this huge crash that we're currently enjoying.
Oh, yeah. The market loves news as well. Any type, up or down, reacts very quickly. So, yeah, Ethereum dropped, but that also was partially because it had hit another near ATH again.
Right. That's true. Yeah, it's funny. This whole situation with this ICO announcement is pretty interesting because I've been looking for parallels between this market and the 2013 market.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody is. That's the only example really we have to go on of a past event that was kind of similar to this, or the last time it had a huge all-time high run. And obviously, the crushing news event of that cycle was the MT Gox collapse. There were a few big events that kind of happened in early 2014. You had the Silk Road going down, essentially. You had the Gox crash. Those are probably the biggest two, I guess.
Yeah.
But at any rate, and those obviously had these huge effects on the market. And I've been curious to see, obviously in the 2017 market, the market is a lot more diversified right now in terms of there are a lot more exchanges. The volume is spread out across a lot more different avenues.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot more trading of different base pairs and stuff. You have coins trading against Ethereum, USD, Bitcoin. So you have all these different channels as far as different avenues, I guess, for the market to function. And so I've been curious to see as these, kind of major news events like this ripple in, what's the impact now compared to what it was then, right?
Right.
And, when MTGOX crash happened, we had like a 50% drop on some markets, 80% drop on others. It was this huge catastrophic thing because not only had the price been propped up by MTGOX, it also was still this huge hub of trading, and all those bitcoins were lost. So it was kind of double damage there.
Right.
And so now we're seeing this week we have the Chinese ICO ban. It's about as rough as it could get for any specific market. They've essentially outlawed ICOs. Like you said, they're telling people they have to give the money back. Like essentially, really harsh, essentially ruling in terms of what the market is going to want.
Yeah.
And we're seeing at the end of it, as of airtime right now, we have a 20% correction on Bitcoin. Probably only around 20% correction on Ethereum too. If that's all the more catastrophic that a major news event like this can happen, then it, for me, I guess, shows kind of how much the markets have matured in a sense, and how much potential is still out there.
Mm-hmm. But that also kind of makes it seem like it could go in either direction. Well, it's always that way, but
and the GOX crash didn't just happen in isolation. It was kind of the trigger for what was essentially a 2-year bear market. And so obviously the bears are out in force at this point, saying, it's here, the top is in. And there's a pretty good argument to make for it. And I'd be interested to see, especially kind of how the market would hold up to maybe another major news event like after this. Like, okay, we've had the ICO hit, this big ban in China, and it's punched the market, but it's kind of down, but it doesn't look like it's out just yet.
right.
And so I'd be curious to see if we had another big move, like another major exchange went down, if we could start to see like a real good snowball effect or something.
Sure, that makes sense. More news.
Yeah, exactly. More big catastrophes. Really let the 2014 cycle come full circle, I guess.
Yeah.
But so far, it's just this ICO thing that's happening. The market seems to be soaking it up pretty well.
Yeah. And the Chinese bank seems to make statements pretty often that come up on this show or affect the market in some way. This one does seem way more negative than
Right.
a lot of them, but
It'd be fun.
it's not uncommon for them to say stuff.
So yeah, that's a good point. Let's look back at if we look back at like the 2017 chart. Right in January was the first. That was when Bitcoin went up to 1,100, and then it dumped to like 800. And that was that cycle was triggered by the first PBOC announcement that they were looking into the exchanges. And then you had the second crash that happened after it was like 1,200. That was before the ETF. Was when they came out with the new rules for the exchanges about they have to charge trading fees.
No
and all this other stuff.
advertising or whatever it was, too.
Right. That was the second crash this year from PBOC.
Yeah.
And so this is really just kind of the third in a chain of corrections that have been triggered by Chinese market news.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Another interesting market dynamic that plays on that is that when those first PBOC announcements came out, it was generally believed by everybody that the Chinese pairs were the dominant pair in terms of USD trading. And the markets seem to reflect that. With the restriction of the fake volume and all this other stuff, a lot of the trading has shifted, obviously, off of the Chinese exchanges.
Right.
And so...
And definitely more spread out, like you said.
Well, we've had the growth
that
of Japanese exchanges, Korean exchanges, all posting way more volume than they used to.
Right.
And so now you're seeing when a major event hits a localized market like the Chinese market, you're seeing that the impact is minimized compared to maybe what it would have been a year or two ago.
Interesting.
So yeah, cool stuff. Honestly, I'm it's weird because obviously, I think we all probably took a bit of a hit this week. But for me, just kind of seeing how the market has reacted to this has been really interesting, and I'm kind of excited to see what happens.
Yeah. I think you also can see kind of what you were talking about with the isolation in the lack of ability for people to arbitrage the discrepancy like from Bitfinex to GDAX right now.
Yeah, there's it's like a $200 price cap right now on GDAX and Finex, which are two of the highest volume Bitcoin USD markets. Part of that maybe reflects, is Finex isolated from all of the other exchanges? Like, is it out on its own, or is GDAX the one that's out on its own?
See, I just know it.
Like, what's Bitstamp, Adam? Let me...
I just don't know what it takes to get USD over to Bitfinex. which I thought was being heavily restricted. I thought they just straight up weren't doing business with U.S. banks anymore.
Right. So we've got Bitstamp at 42.80 right now. Bitfinex at 42.60. What's GDEX at?
About 4,500, 4,508.
Wow. So 250 higher just on... That's interesting.
Yeah. So there's obviously not a liquidity channel that's really open there right now.
Yep.
So I've been noticing that a little bit. Not exactly sure what that means.
Yeah, cool stuff. One of my favorite things that happens during these dumps is when all of the exchange prices kind of get messed up, and you kind of, like you said, you get to see what the arbitrage pathways are, like kind of between the exchanges and who's affected in different ways by the price difference. Like obviously people are unloading on Finex. People are buying like crazy on GDEX, much higher prices for whatever reason.
Yep.
Alrighty. So with that, we are going to jump into the markets segment.
Cool.
So we're really curious to see what happened with the markets this week. Obviously, big news on Bitcoin. So last week, it looks like Bitcoin was at 43.80-ish. And so on the actual week-to-week change, it's only down 3.6%. Because obviously during the week is when it shot up to almost 5K.
Right.
And so for the actual... This is actually an 8-day chart because we are doing the show a day late.
Yeah, we're here on Monday.
So from our last show, Bitcoin is down 3.6%.
Right.
We've got Ethereum this week down about $45. So that's a 13% change from our last show. So Ethereum taking a bigger hit than Bitcoin. That's kind of
makes sense with the news.
Makes sense with the news, and it's just what we're used to. We've seen for the past couple weeks, we saw that situation where alts and Bitcoin were going up in tandem.
Yeah.
And the flip side of that is usually that they crash in tandem.
Yep, gets amplified.
So we saw that. And let's see here. Looking at the top 100 altcoins.
In the top 100 altcoins listed by CoinMarketCap, 17 of them are up versus US dollar this period, and 21 of them are up versus Bitcoin.
So the most part getting killed here. If we look at the percent changes this week for the top 100, the top 100 lost about 11.5% versus Bitcoin, down about 13% versus USD. So these are major hits, but they're not. These aren't even really that large of a losses compared to other crash weeks that we've seen.
That's true.
Right. You know, it might even be more fair to call it correction, I guess, at this point. You know, it's just a 13%. That kind of is in line with what gains had been, you know, in the prior couple of weeks.
Definitely.
So kind of, it's like we lost a week and a half worth of gains in a few days. It's kind of what it feels like.
Yep.
Median change is pretty rough, minus 19%. So essentially there were a few coins that did decently, but the average coin did take a pretty major hit. Median change versus US dollar, minus 20%.
Okay. As far as like what coins did manage to gain in that category, Bitcoin Dark was up 65%, MCAP up 63%, Komodo was up 53%, Nexus was up 51%.
Kind of interesting. That's a real spread of coins, right? You've got a kind of an old school shit coin like Bitcoin Dark. You've got more new school stuff like Komodo. Kind of Verge, kind of an older,
another one
rebranded.
On that list would be Verge was up 50%.
Yeah, kind of a rebranded Dogecoin clone. So a real interesting spread on the gainers this week. No particular category to those. The losers this week, and as you'd expect, there are some big losers. We got Bytom down 90%.
Yep.
ICO down 80%. Apparently there's a coin called ICO. How does that work?
Yeah, stocks down 58%, ADX down 57%, Binance Coin down 56%.
You know what's funny? We've been talking about people getting better and better at manipulating market caps.
Yeah.
You look at these losers this week, and it's essentially a bunch of coins that just had absurd, huge market caps right out the gate, and now, oh, look, all of a sudden,
right.
They're kind of returning to reality.
Yep. Really no surprise, to be honest, on a lot of, like, just in the way you talk about it there.
So yeah, overall, rough week for the top 100. Obviously, minus 11% definitely ranks up there as far as bad weeks go, but at least it's not the worst we've seen. The lowest cap on this top 100 list was VertCoin, and it's at 26 million. And that compares to last week it was Verge, and that was at 46 million. So you really see the change reflected in a large way at the bottom of the list.
And Verge moved up to rank 66 this week.
Yeah, Verge is still just moving, one of the few. All right, so that's what's going down with the top 100. As always, we're tracking a few different coin indexes. We're going to catch you up on what those different indexes are doing. We're going to look at, we got a Ethereum index. We've got the gaming coins index, the Masternode index. And then a new one that we're looking at is like a decentralized data and storage coins.
Yep.
So kick it off with Ethereum this week. So the question is, Ethereum's in the news. Obviously, you would expect the brunt of the crash to be felt in the Ethereum universe. So I'm curious to see does that play out in the indexes this week.
Right, because a lot of those ICOs that might be banned were basically part of the Ethereum network. They were being hosted on it.
So looking at the numbers here, Ethereum, of course, like we said, down 13% this week, about $45 from our last show. Looking at the Ethereum tokens, we got 44 of these things that we're watching. Only 3 of them were up this week versus US dollar. Only 3 up versus Bitcoin as well.
Yep.
So that's huge. Essentially annihilated across the board. As far as the overall change in value of our Ethereum index, lost about 20% versus Bitcoin. A little over that versus USD. So that's a huge hit. That ranks up there as far as rough weeks go.
Right. Yeah, man, those are steep numbers. What coins managed to gain on this list? One coin that keeps showing up. I don't know why we even have this coin on this list, honestly.
We should probably get rid of it.
But Ethereum Movie Venture was up 72%.
How do you tell which ICO is more ridiculous than the next? These guys came out pretty early compared to a lot of these other ones.
And maybe they'll make a movie.
What if they make the movie?
Yeah,
Ethereum up. It's like the only one that's up.
Golem was up 8%, and Omis Go was up 3%.
So these are the only 3 coins that even managed to post a gain on the week. Losers, Unity Ingot down 70, YoCoin down 48, First Blood down 46. God, the pain doesn't stop with First Blood.
No, Minerium down 45%, Status down 43. So those are big ones.
Rough stuff.
It definitely makes a big impact. And sometimes we have the big gainer to maybe offset that average, but as you see, that's not even the case this week on this category.
All right, rough week for Ethereum. So the question is, all right, we had a rough week for Ethereum. Ethereum had some bad news specifically. I'm curious to see how this plays out in the other indexes, because we can see if it was broader altcoins that felt it, or if it was really specifically the Ethereum coins that got it the worst.
All right, let's check it out.
Here we go. Gaming coins index. We have gaming coins, right? Game credits, First Blood, Databits, voxels, Nexium, that kind of stuff. We got 11 coins in this list. 1 is up versus US dollar, and 1...
And it's really not. It's really not.
It's up 0%. Oh, it just hasn't changed. It just isn't down.
And that's because it's like a 1 Satoshi spread coin.
Yeah, that one we might have to drop that one from this index too. At any rate, these numbers are bad, dude. Oh my god. Index change versus Bitcoin, minus 28%. That is worse than the Ethereum coins.
Mm-hmm.
They're down 29% versus US dollar. Median change is about minus 20, so that's actually about the same. The median is actually not quite as bad as the Ethereum tokens.
Pretty much, yeah.
But the overall numbers are worse, which means that the high cap coins in the list got killed, basically.
Yeah, this one doesn't have like an Ethereum movie venture to pull it up.
It doesn't have any joke coins to save it.
Yep.
Troll coin down 45, First Blood down 46, Game credits down 25, Databits down 24.
Yep, those are big ones.
So that's pretty much the worst of the bunch so far. So let's check Masternode coins. They've been leading the past couple weeks. They've been overperforming the market.
Yep, after being fairly in line with the market for the first month.
Yeah, the first month or so that we tracked them. Yep. All right, so how are the Masternode coins doing this week? We have 25
on the list.
Masternode coins.
And 8 of them are up versus USD, and 8 of them are also up versus Bitcoin.
All right, so that is a little better.
Just a bit. Still not great to see, but that's an average change of about minus 9.5% versus USD and minus 8.03 versus Bitcoin.
So those are harsh numbers, but those are the best we've seen. A little bit better than the top 100, and a lot better than the Ethereum and gaming coins as far as the weekly loss. The median here is also only minus 7%, so a lot better there as well. So yeah, it seems like Masternode coins, they're still going with the market, but they've been consistently overperforming. You know, bigger gains, smaller losses for about the past 4 weeks.
Leading the pack this week in gain percentage, looks like we got Liqui here up 300%, BitRadio up 33%, Neutron up 32%, FlaxScript up 27%.
Losers are Bata, down 36, BlockNet, minus 24. It just came off of a huge pump. And Syndicate, down 24 as well. All right, cool stuff. So that's our Masternodes coins. Once again, they're looking good. Our last category is the decentralized data coins. So this is decentralized storage or computing is the category. This is a user-requested category.
Yep.
So we got like MadeSafe, Library, Golem, Elastic, that kind of stuff. 7 coins to be exact.
This category looks like we have one of those 7 coins up this week. That coin was Golem.
Nice. But the index overall is down 6% versus Bitcoin, down about 7.5 versus the US dollar. So these are actually in line with the Masternode coins in terms of overall performance, in spite of the fact that none of the coins really went up. It's just that they didn't lose very much either.
They just didn't get totally smashed.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty funny. Median is down 17, so that's actually pretty bad. But
yeah,
interesting.
Yep, they definitely, lots of them that are down as much as 17%. You know, Library is down 17, Elastic's down 17.
Yep.
So, Sonam's down 22, Storage was down 33.
Interesting. I guess overall, my takeaway from this, I guess, is it seems like, in general, alts all got hit pretty hard by this. Ethereum coins got hit slightly worse, but not a huge amount. You know, it seems like there were the categories that did overperform. They did a little bit better, but not a huge amount either.
Right. There wasn't really a obvious safe haven from this one. I mean, when you're coming up on an all-time high like that, it's pretty easy to expect the U.S. dollar value, at the very least, to take a hit in relation to that dump.
Yep, exactly.
Overall, the overall market, that's putting alts right now at about 74.7 billion market cap, and that's down about 10.5 billion from our last show.
We got Bitcoin dominance at 48.3. That's up 2.3%, so that's kind of normal. Bitcoin crashes, alts get it worse, so Bitcoin dominance still manages to go up.
And actually, Ethereum dominance managed to go up this week as well. It's at 38.4%, which is up just 0.8 from last week.
That makes sense when you think, Ethereum was down 13, but, the other coins got it worse.
Yep.
So, yeah, interesting numbers, and we'll, of course, see what happens next week.
Yeah, very interesting. And that was a pretty amazing week in crypto in general. Once again, just
we've been
so much volume. Litecoin hit an all-time high in there as well.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good call out. It's easy to miss, but Litecoin was crazy this week.
Yep.
I've been glued to the 1-minute chart, just watching it unfold.
Brennan likes to watch the Bitfinex chart, but be trading on other exchanges.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I roll, man. So what do we got here? What's up next? Dot giveaway. We're doing a dot giveaway.
Yeah, let's give away those dot. We've been working on this jackpot for several weeks now. It's up to 40,000 dot.
Woo! It's a lot of dot. You're going to want those dots.
No, the question doesn't get easier at this point.
We're going to make it rough, man. We're going to see how far we can push this. This is a good question.
And remember, you have to tweet the answer so that people can see it. That way, people don't feel cheated if I were to award you it and I couldn't prove that you got it right.
Right, that's a rule. 100% has to be tweeted to the @ChainDynamics account. Can't be a DM. Got to be a tweet. The question this week: what is the name of the coin that has the lowest coin market cap on Cryptopia and is not traded against BTC? Nice.
And it's not a question mark either on coin market cap. There's some coins on there you'll find that don't have coin market caps listed. Those don't count for this question.
Yeah, so this is a little tough, but so here's how it works. Of all of the coins on Cryptopia that do not have a Bitcoin base pair, so maybe they're only traded against Litecoin or Doge or something like that, or traded against a variety of the non-Bitcoin pairs, of that list of coins, which one has the lowest market cap?
All right, you tweet the answer to your question @ChainDynamics on Twitter, and let you know if somebody gets it by the end of the show. Good luck.
This is funny, man. Okay, good stuff. All right, so here's what we're going to do next here this week. We've been noticing that the new coin announcements have been a bit of a wasteland lately.
But it really might be the worst I've ever seen it.
Yep, it's the game is shifting, man. We're shifting away from the whole Bitcoin talk announcement paradigm.
Yep, people used to really show up in all the threads and at least have the kind of energy to be critical of the projects that weren't good. But now it's like, no, there's just not enough energy or time to give to the people that are posting this. You can tell that the moderators have mostly given up at this point.
They're not even trying. You'll see just like 5 duplicate threads that just linger on. So yeah, rough times at Bitcoin talk. But one of the things we have noticed is people are doing more pre-announcements than they used to. And so we thought we would try to catch up on some of these pre-announcements that have happened and see, did any of them actually follow through?
Has anything happened? I just looked back through maybe our last 3 episodes at pre-announcements that we had mentioned.
Okay, let's check them out.
One of them was called Bitcoin Pay.
All right.
I think that was the one that made some grandiose claim that it was going to have smart contracts on top of the Bitcoin chain and do another fork or something.
That's believable.
Deleted thread.
Oh.
Is the result of that.
Nice. All right. We're off to a good start. I like that.
Okay, cool.
That's funny.
Another one that we took a look at was called PIRL.
Pearl.
This one was going to be sort of an Ethereum clone, which means that it would have the dagger mining, which is kind of interesting, I guess. But it seems like people are still posting in there. They are saying that the launch will be on the 30th of the month. I don't think anything had changed there since the last time we looked at the thread. And I didn't take the time to go into Slack to see if there was any additional information. But based on what's happening in there, it seems like people are assuming that on the 30th there'll be some type of launch.
So, it's not obvious that they're actually going to follow through with it, but there's still a little hope. That's funny. So that's PIRL. That's an Ethereum clone type coin. We also had a pre-announcement for Creds.
Yeah, Creds with a K.
Creds with a K. What's going on there?
Really no more posts since the last time we checked on this thread, so there's nothing here.
All right, so that one's not going to happen probably. Good stuff. All right, ESpecialCoin.
ESpecialCoin. Remember, this was the one that was looking for a name. They said they had everything but the name. Do you remember that at all?
I did. It rings a bell.
So they named it Hug, but now there's basically a no source code wallet, and they seem to be airdropping, and I gotta say that raises a lot of red flags for me.
That's bad news.
Right away.
That's bad news. Never download a coin wallet that does not have a source code, and even then you gotta run it in a VM.
Yeah.
You got to. All right, that's a bad sign. Be careful out there, folks.
Another one that was a pre-announcement that we took a look at was called Masternode Coin.
Nice.
This was a airdrop pre-announcement, and you probably have seen some of the maybe, frantic posting that this coin might have generated, because I noticed it. I would call it a very organized and aggressive airdrop campaign.
Sweet.
But they seem to be filtering people for the airdrop based on Bitcoin activity fairly diligently, and I haven't actually applied for it myself. I'm just judging this based on sort of what I'm reading in the thread. But I guess all I'm seeing is a lot of activity based on that.
This looks legit, man. Not legit. I don't mean legit in the sense that, I have any ability to know if the devs are going to stick around for longer than a month or whatever, but it looks like they're actually doing the airdrop.
Yeah, it does, and it looks like people that are kind of contributing or might be getting rewarded with the Masternode coins.
They're going for it. They're putting the effort in, so
Yep.
I respect that. Even if it's just a short-term thing that, is on the market for a while and disappears, I like that a lot better than just these announcements that don't go anywhere,
Right. And also for people that are just new to the scene, I still think that airdrop coins are a great way to just get your stack started.
Yeah, totally. I 100% agree with that.
Especially if you're careful. Get another email address, for example. Don't just go get a brand new fake email address.
Right, yeah.
Proton Mail or whatever.
Get a fake email, build your Bitcoin Talk account up from that or something, obviously.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, yeah, there you have it. Masternode coin, probably the most interesting of the bunch there then. Cool. I mean, that's better than I expected, dude. I thought it was going to be like 4 Preanns and 4 coins that never did a single thing.
So there's 2. Masternode coin seems to exist already, and then the Pearl one seems like it might exist in the future. The other ones seem less likely.
Cool. Alrighty. So that is our Preann Relook. I like it. Next, we're going to jump into the new coins.
Despite the fact that it's a cesspool over there at Bitcoin Talk, we did drag some new coins out of the gutter.
We found some. We're kind of, the new. It's sad, but we may have to one day sunset the new coin segment.
Just change it somehow.
Yeah, we need a new way to.
Might just be launch coins
them.
Or
it's hard
coin
to say.
market cap editions. Maybe we'll figure it out eventually.
We could also maybe focus more on the listing, so the listing side of it. If you spotlight a coin once it gets listed somewhere decent or something.
Yeah.
At any rate, we are still looking at some of these new Bitcoin Talk threads just to see if there's anything out there.
All right. So what is out there this week? Well, first there is PegasCoin.
PegasCoin. PEGAS.
Claims to be a 100% proof of work coin with the Dagger algo.
I like that. Block time 30 seconds. So let's check out the rewards here. It's got ramping up rewards. That's something we're seeing more of. The rewards start low, they ramp up, then they're hot for a while, and then it settles into like a slightly lower reward for the kind of duration of the coin.
Nice.
Looks like there's no proof of stake on this. Pure proof of work. So long proof, no pre-mine.
This is kind of a note. I see something in this thread where it says that the wallet is a universal wallet for most coins based on the ETH hash algo. Do you understand what that means?
That's a good question. That's a good question because it begs: is this just like a Bitcoin or a Litecoin fork that uses the ETH hash algo, or is it based on an Ethereum fork and it's just an Ethereum clone?
Right.
That I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh, modified Ethereum fork.
Okay, sweet. So it could theoretically be a platform. Another clone of Ethereum.
Yep.
I actually like what I'm seeing on this coin overall. Nothing too special. The pure proof of work formula is difficult for new coins lately, because there's so much pooled hash out there.
Right.
Somebody could just, if somebody wanted to mess with this chain, the hash power is out there for rent that they could potentially do it with. So that's always something to keep an eye on with new kind of, it's no pre-mine.
Yeah.
Small market proof of work. But that said, there have been coins that have thrived in this environment, and I like the idea of, having an actual kind of new project out there too.
Right, and one event in the crypto world that's going to come up here at some point is that Ethereum switch to proof of stake.
Right.
Which, of course, is going to free up a lot of hashing power that I think most people would expect to go to Ethereum Classic right away. But there's definitely going to be some room for other chains that might be running that algo, and I think we'll see some competition for people to pick that up, in different ways.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what's going to happen with that. A lot of it will go into Zcash and those clones as well. So yeah, PegasCoin actually looks decent as far as new launches go, but as always, there's no guarantee that it's anything other than just a clone.
All right. Another announcement this week was called Magnatum.
Magnatum. Now, this is obviously a clone because the name sounds just like Signatum, and the announcement looks just like Signatum.
Right. And it's got the Skunk Hash algo and
A big old
pretty much
Preann.
everything you'd expect from a clone.
So they're just kind of trying to play off that coin, I think. And
There's been a few coins that have tried this. I don't know if anybody's really managed to ride the coattails yet successfully.
some of them. Good example would be Pascal Light.
Oh, I was thinking specifically of Signatum's coattails, though.
Oh, specifically Signatum's. Okay, that's funny.
Because I know there's been a few other Raptor or Skunk Hash, Raptor Algo, whatever they're calling that one.
That's funny. The new Acoin comes out and everyone just races to make the most clones for it. All right, so that is Magnatum. Next up, we have Micronote.
Micronote.
It's our crypto note coin of the week.
Yep.
Even in the darkest days of new coins, somebody still bothers to
I really, really hope
wake
it's
up
just this
and-
one guy that is doing it every week.
wake up.
One
and
new
release
crypto note coin every week.
for the people. As always, we don't know if it's any good.
All right. We really don't.
Let's see here. Acorn Coin.
Or I just misspelled it. It was actually Acorn.
Acorn.
Yep.
All right, that's more memorable. But the coin itself is just a Yobit script clone coin.
Yep. This is exactly what we see in Yobit script clone coins.
Pre-mine dump situation.
All right.
All right, so that's it for our POW proof of work, proof of stake, new coin section.
Couple airdrops to maybe mention this week. Cool token. Cool crypto.
Cool crypto.
This is actually a fun drop, not an airdrop. I should get it right.
The cool coin fun drop. You don't not want to confuse a fun drop with an airdrop. All right, so what's the deal here? It is an Ethereum token airdrop. So they made a bunch of Ethereum token and they're giving them away. The problem with often that they'll have with these is that they won't give away like a huge percentage of the supply. I don't know what they're giving away on that, but that's something to watch out for. As always with airdrops, like whatever. Usually it's free and as long as there's no risk to your identity or something, it's usually fine. But it's out there. It's cool coin. At least it's not banned, right?
Right.
Because it's just an airdrop.
Another one was ProgRock token.
ProgRock, another token airdrop. I like actual blockchain airdrops better than token airdrops.
Right, definitely.
It's like just one level of effort beyond what it takes to make a token. But at any rate, ProgRock is a Waves token airdrop. So again, the formula on these is usually like they'll give away half of them and then they'll try to sell the other half on the Waves market or whatever. It's lame. But it's out there. If you like ProgRock, I guess.
And then one more additional pre-announcement to add to the list this week.
Oh, another one.
Guangcoin.
Guangcoin. All right, what's the word on Guangcoin?
Well, being that it's a pre-announcement, there's not going to be an excellent amount of info here, but we do have a GitHub created. We've got them saying no ICO, no pre-mine, and then a flat coin emission.
I actually like this post. Here's the hook on this one: a quantum secure blockchain using picnic signatures with Equihash proof of work, proof of burn derived from Livecoin code base. Those are relatively interesting features, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as preans go.
Right, exactly. It'd be really nice to be able to look back at this one a week from now and see maybe some more posts and discussion going on.
I bet if this is the kind where if they do launch it, all of a sudden it'll show up with like a nice announcement with graphics. And
Right.
stuff. I'd be curious to see if that's how it plays out, or we'll never see it again.
So that was Guangcoin, and we'll keep an
Guangcoin.
eye on that, let you know if anything comes of it.
Cool. All right. Nice. Really not too bad. There's just a lot of pointless posts, but even in there, I think that PegasCoin is actually worth looking at. I think that the cool coin airdrop is probably good enough.
It seems like there's some nice coins in here to mine with graphics cards if you just are kind of dicking around and don't care
Yep.
about specific profitability
Yep.
margins, you know?
Yeah, totally. mine it, forget about it. Maybe in a couple months it becomes worth something.
Right.
And yeah, and Guangcoin is a decent enough pre-announcement too, so it should leave us with plenty to look at.
All right. I think we'll move into our coin listings next.
Alrighty, that was the new coins. Next we will jump into some listings.
And we'll start with Cryptopia.
Sweet.
They listed a couple things this week. They listed FootyCash, which is like the new... I think FootyCash had to swap. It got delisted. Now this is a new listing of the new one.
I was like, that coin's old.
Yeah. And then StarCredits got listed as well.
Funny. Nice.
Which was an ICO. And then no listings from a few different exchanges. Novaexchange listed VIVO, Equitrader, ZilberCoin, RuCoin, Udabit, Masternode, New Zealand Kiwi, eBullion Coin, Phil's Currency, ZOMB, Wallet Builders Coin, Secure Coin, BitRadio, Coinonatics, LANA Coin, MKB Coin, and UK Coin. So things haven't slowed down at all over there at Novaexchange. They're finding coins.
I wonder what the number of combinations of 3 and 4 digit tickers there are. How long it'll take to just run out of 3 and 4 digit tickers on Novaexchange.
Oh my gosh, that's got to be a lot, right?
I'm sure it's an absurd number.
Plus, they'll just start duplicating them. Nobody cares.
Right. That's Novaexchange. Over on Livecoin, they added PiPL coin.
Yeah, they always added something weird over there. Interesting stuff. Coinexchange.io added TerraCoin, CyBCSec, Dutchcoin, VSyncX, Fujinto, DALC, Rex, XYZ, and Bitdeal.
And over on Liqui, they added Tierion. TNT. So listings have not slowed down.
But I got to be honest, this is a weird list of coins.
Yeah, they're all just like, you couldn't categorize them except to say that mostly not stuff you've heard of.
No.
I'm wondering if Poloniex and Bittrex are going to be running a little scared because of this announcement, or if they are, not worried because it's out of their jurisdiction.
Yeah, well, I think they probably have to treat it, probably. I wouldn't be surprised if Chinese people wouldn't be able to trade there under certain circumstances.
Yeah, IPs will get banned and stuff. That's that's believable for sure. Interesting stuff, man. All right, that is it for the listing.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's close it up with some birthdays.
All right, we got a couple birthdays. One of them is related to the, related to the trivia question last week.
Oh, sweet.
That would have been Inkacoin.
Inkacoin.
Remember, because its birthday was on 8/28.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a 4-year birthday to them.
4-year birthday. Congratulations, Inkacoin. That's 4 years, man. That's a good run.
Yep. And then another weird little coin is 3 years old, and that's going to be the Acoin blockchain.
Nice. This is funny. These are funny.
Yep.
Acoin
I learned a lot of lessons from Acoin. That was one that, as a young trader, I thought that I could just average down on Cryptsy.
Just outsmart the market.
Yeah. Turns out I didn't have any money.
It's easy. It's easy to run out when you're buying shit coins. Funny. That's cool. 3 years for Acoin. Surprised to see him still around. It's just incredible how resilient some of these chains are.
Definitely. All right, so happy birthday to both of them. Let me just take a look here at some of these notifications and see if anybody got the trivia question.
That's right. The question was, of all the coins on Cryptopia that don't have a Bitcoin base pair, who's got the lowest market cap?
Someone got it.
Oh, sweet. Nice. Awesome.
Yep, the answer was Vapors Coin. Nice work on that.
Vapors Coin. That's 40,000 dot giveaway. That's a good haul.
Yeah, nice work. That market cap is very low. That market cap is only $14,630, and it's only traded against Litecoin and Doge there. So
that's awesome.
Nice job tracking that down. I'll get to you after the show.
Kudos to you, man. We hope you made back some of your losses. So I guess we'll be back to a 10,000 dot giveaway then next week.
Yep.
Sweet. I think that's going to wrap it up here for show number 77. A little bit of a quick show this week. We've been just staring at the 1-minute chart all week, so we're probably going to keep doing that.
Yeah, probably just
until it
stops working.
Yep.
We are sponsored by Cryptopia.co.nz. They're your one-stop crypto shop.
You got to check them out. Just so much fun stuff to trade there. It can be really fun to trade lower and alternative coins also when the markets are super hectic like this.
Yep. You can also check us. You can check us out on the forums over there or on blockchaindynamics.net, all over the streaming services. This has been episode number 77. You're listening to Error by Trial Radio, and we'll see you next week with way heavier bags.
Peace.
Currency. Stuck a couple Bitcoins. Money, pull up on my Nakamoto.